New Europe Property Investments owns properties in Romania and other Eastern European countries. So we're now going a little more diversified in terms of geographic exposure. The company has a market cap of 55.8 billion rand, historic yield of 3%.
I mean, this is a tremendous success story. It's actually hard to believe that it has a market cap that high, because all they did is they took the model of building malls on the periphery of the big cities and took it into Eastern Europe, which, you know, Eastern European countries have relatively small populations, but they have relatively high GDP per capita in dollars, so the spending power is good, and it's just been an incredible success.
Has it run too far, too hard? Is there opportunity to get in if you look at that historic yield?
I think there's still an opportunity here. The Eastern European market, the big players didn't really come at the time when there was a big opportunity, and it allowed this space for South Africans, can you believe it, to move into Eastern Europe. And I still think it has some legs. If you look at these dynamics of a population that's getting wealthier, that's very well educated, a lot of outsourcing going into Eastern Europe, I think the trends are still in place.
Well, let's look to the graph for the trends.
That is one of the most successful looking charts on the market, and that has
Don't
taken them.
you want to kick yourself for not getting in earlier?
Yeah, remember the guys that run it are the people that are involved with the Capital and Redefine and the related group, Des de Beer and all of those guys.
Resilient, yes.
So they've got resilient, that's the word I'm looking for. So they really just, you know, took the same model that they'd seen develop and work well in cities like Secunda and Emalahleni and so on, and they took, so outside of Bucharest, which is where they started in Romania, they built these big mega malls, and everybody just couldn't believe their luck. And it's been, you know, all of the big global retailers have gone there and so on.
But how much of that performance is currency effect?
Not so much. They did benefit from funding, because their funding is in euros. So even though in Romania you use the forint and not euros, it is linked to euro, and your because of the EU situation, your lending rate is very, very low. So they did have the benefit of borrowing in euros, but developing in the local currency, and the spread between those two was higher than in other countries.
Did you look at this one favorably, let's say 2015? Put that graph back up, please. If you look at the performance, let's just say you got in 2014, you could have gotten anywhere there. But what were your views on NEPI beginning of 2015?
I've been a holder for more than 4 years, liked the story, still like the story. There's been a bit of a management change roughly a year ago. That frightened some people when one of the main movers moved out, but through the resilient stable, having so much people that could step up to the plate, they ameliorated those concerns, and I still like it.
Don't you wish you'd been a holder for 4 years, Paul?
You know, I mean, Romania is, I don't even know exactly where on the map that is. I know it's to the right-hand side, but slightly lower than Austria. And I'm thinking, well, and now they're going from there.
Are you trying to justify not being in there because
now
you don't know because you don't know where Romania is?
Poland is the next big frontier for them. But, you know, Poland just elected a right-wing government, and the European Union wants to throw them out because they basically
You're just not answering my question. Do
press.
you regret not being in this stock for the last 4 years,
gone
as
up,
has JP?
yes. Because it's gone up, yes, but it's not exactly something that you could at any stage say that you entirely saw coming. Like if I was to ask you when's
Unlike
the next
JP,
election
he saw it coming.
in
he
Romania.
saw it coming. Why did you see it coming?
Well, I think the management was a big part of it. When you have that track record in South Africa, as the Resilient Group has, and they go into a new jurisdiction, if you back the jockey, a lot of the times the horse turns out not too bad either.
Well, you like that. On
That's
numerous
well put.
occasions you back
like
the jockey. Hot or not on this one. Don't disappoint me.
I don't know, man. I mean, I suppose it continues to do well, and JP says it's got more upside. So yes, let's go hot.